The trauma I'm talking about is not related to any of the schools I have mentioned in my comments earlier or any school you can see on my Instagram. If you're offended, cheers.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. The boards is over and finally I can rant about every trauma that school gave me. So, because you all don't get bored, I'm playing purble plays here because I'm not a professional gamer. That's why, of course, I'm not a professional gamer. That's why I'm playing purble plays. So, this is going to be a story time about my worst school experience. So what happened is मैं class 10 में था, ठीक है? And of course, as a normal 10th grader, what happens is you feel like you are the best, you are the, मतलब, you all definitely start to like feel like कि अब you all can do whatever you want because अब तुम बड़े हो गए हो, you all can like literally talk with teachers, like friends and all shit. So I had the same thing, and I was the monitor in class 10, and I was like सबका favorite student. And then a teacher comes into our class, a new teacher. She was the trial teacher, and I felt like कि अब वो बस पहली बार ही है जब आ रही है वो, like अब वो नहीं आएगी. So I started ranting about my things to her. Like, it's a true story. I'm not even lying. I started ranting out my things to her. Achanak se she's like, okay, but are you my friend or what? And I'm like, bhai, ye to. I'm like, of course, I was a professional rapper even in school class 10th में, so I like मैं बिना कुछ सोचे समझे बोल देता था, and it felt like hell. So wait, मेरा केक जल गया. This uncle is like, bro, I missed playing this thing कितना ज़्यादा. मैं अगर इस चीज़ में भी हार रहा हूँ, then of course you all can see मैं किस चीज़ में अच्छा हूँ. हाँ, so where was I? Sorry. So where was I? So ye teacher was like, she told me about how I am not her friend and started ranting, started yapping about, and started like telling कि आजकल के बच्चे लोग को manners नहीं है, ये नहीं है. And I was like, okay. And I'm like, of course, as I told, a normal 10th grader क्या सोचता है कि like he's the best. मैंने भी यही सोचा था. And what happened next was not cool. That teacher started hating our class. Like, हम लोग का class was like the one of the most mischievous class, 10C, and like she started hating our class. And हम लोग की class में like people were like, I'm not telling that people were good, people were like bad, I would say, but we were good humans, bro. We were a team, we were good humans, and I was a monitor. I had some responsibility to like hold upon my team, but I don't know what happened. एक बच्चे को my teacher started threatening. Not my teacher. That teacher started threatening. She was like झूठ मूठ का. She was like, तुमको ये हो जाएगा, वो हो जाएगा. और मेरे को आता है गुस्सा. And as a good friend, what do? I talk to him. और मैं बोलता हूँ कि we will write a letter against the teacher. अब तो टीचर को निकाल देंगे. And I don't know how, but like she overheard this thing. She overheard this conversation. और मेरे को कब पता चलता है like she overheard this thing? When she like in the next day we have our history class, and it's a combined history class. So like the teacher asks a question, and like no one answers the question, and I raise my hand because like I knew the answer. And I'm like, I was good in history. Like, to be honest, I was good in history. So, मैं हार रहा हूँ. Literally, मैं इसमें भी हार रहा हूँ. So, I was like, I don't know anything. I was like, I raised my hand. I was like, I know the answer. So the teacher was like, okay, now you can tell, but don't you want to tell about the letter that you wrote against me? Like, I'm not yet out. And I was like, shit, man, shit. And this move was like against, I don't know how. I was like, I wrote the letter and I'm going to like submit it aaj ke aaj. And she was like, okay, then letter submit karke aao. Not, matlab in English, of course in English. So I was like, okay, I'm going. And I like went away from the class, and it was a very big class. Very big matlab बहुत बड़ा class था, because of course it was a combined class. But मैंने तो letter submit किया ही नहीं. I had the letter, but like I had good relations with a teacher, matlab like the very top authority, and he was like, don't write a letter, because like if you write a letter, you know the authority is not going to work with you, and like तुम झूठ मूठ का time waste करेगा, and like of course you're not going to stay here forever, so like you can just ignore the teacher for the next classes and all, and like you can survive. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to write this letter. But ये जो हुआ इस class में, I was like, I raised my hand. Simply, I wanted to answer, bro. I really wanted to like have a good rishta with that teacher, and I really wanted to answer that question. But the teacher was like, नहीं, अभी तो लड़ाई होगा, शुरू हो गया है. फिर मैं भी, I was like, okay, let's start this thing. And I know it's dramatic, but it really happened. So the next thing, I ran away to the top authority teacher जिसको लेटर सबमिट करना होता है. But I have no guts to like answer to that teacher. तो मैं वापस आ जाता हूँ, and I'm like, the authority would look into the matter. फिर there starts a debate between me and the teacher, and I started like questioning her. Like, you are of no subject, like you can ask us, you can tell a student this and that. And she like started telling like, this is how your parents taught you, this is this and that. Of course, like, bro, a teacher of course like starts questioning about your parenthood, about how your parents raised you wrong. And I was like, मेरा गलती क्या है? मेरा तो गलती भी नहीं है कुछ. I'm just trying to like help the student. Of course I should help, because I was the monitor and I should really help. But I don't know why the debate, like, it took a wrong turn, and then class gets over. Class कैसे over होता है? After like it was the assembly hall जहाँ पे class हो रहा है हम लोग का history का, and then this co-curricular की head teacher enters into our classroom. दो लड़कों में like they have a really big fight. The co-curricular teacher enters into our classroom, and she like starts ranting about how we have done no good with the classes, how it's so good a student, and like hell हो जाता है भाई. How to even explain that thing? The teacher comes into our classroom, और फिर हम लोग सब लोग को बोला जाता है कि like you all can go away, but me, the student who were fighting, the teacher and two more students were asked to write down on a piece of paper like the thing, what happened, like eyewitnesses, because the teacher who was apparently doing this, the top authority one, was actually a lawyer, and he was like doing this type of shit thing. I literally hate him so much. I hate him like abhi bhi. So like he started doing this, that, he last में पता चलता like he was doing time pass so that matter शांत हो जाए, so that the teacher gets good thing. I'm even losing in this shit. So this is what happens. Just a minute. एक केक राइट करूंगा मैं एक केक राइट करूंगा. I cannot lose in this shit, bro. I cannot lose. I cannot lose. करना क्या होता है? I almost forgot how to play this thing. I played it last class 8 में नानी के घर में. हाँ, so like मैटर शांत होने का कोशिश होता है, and the next day वापस, of course she's my teacher, so she will come into my class and things are not right between us. So of course she will like taunt me and this and that. मैं रोने लगता हूँ class में, like literally रोने लगता हूँ, because I feel he like, why the hell is she doing this? And like I had this issue, like I cannot suppress my anger. My anger at the last turns into Rona, and like I cannot control my emotion, bro. I cannot. So last me, what is the conclusion of this whole thing? The whole conclusion is like the teacher gets out. The teacher को निकाल दिया जाता है, यही होता है लास्ट में. And I felt bad कि like I genuinely feel that कि like मेरी वजह से किसी का employment चला गया. She would have really earned money. और इतना कुछ देता भी नहीं था भाई salary. I don't know कितना देता था and all, but I felt bad. But like at the same time the teacher did wrong. The teacher really did wrong. Like you can, why the hell are you like fighting with someone who is half your age? पहला बात तो ये समझ नहीं आया मेरे को. But the second thing, I felt very happy कि like she was out at the last time, because अगर वो आते रहती मेरे क्लास में मेरा तो हो जाता भाई. I could not, मैं नहीं कर पाता, because of course she's the teacher, she will shout, she will do this and that, and I have to like handle her. मतलब handle क्या, I have to like listen to her. And all of a sudden all the teachers started feeling so threatened with me, like they all started to like treat me different than all the other people, and like genuinely it was not a good thing against me. Of course, मतलब मेरा क्या गलती था? I just tried to help a friend of mine who was like getting bullied by a teacher. I could not see it, and as a monitor of the class, like it was my genuine responsibility to look into the matter. And I do not care about other people, but my class teacher was happy that I took a stand for my fellow classmate. And like, I genuinely do not care लोगों को क्या मतलब है, because at the end of the day, my class teacher, who was apparently my favorite teacher then, was very happy. So that's it. और मेरे से ये नहीं होगा. I just tried this playing ताकि video boring ना लगे. So I cannot do this thing. And you all can understand how bad a gamer I am if I cannot just play purble plays. भाई इसमें भी हार रहा हूँ मैं. So that's how it ends. And like I left the school, so it was for the betterment for everyone, for me, the teachers, because of course I cannot live in the school 2 saal extra with teachers get ons and all. And like not everyone was bad. I genuinely had a few good friends, and I genuinely loved a few teachers, and few teachers loved me. But जो होता है अच्छे के लिए होता है. And it's like it was one of the most traumatic experience in my whole life, because you cannot speak to your parents about these incidents. Of course, like you cannot speak to your parents how you did all those things, because at the end of the day your parents will also blame you. So I tried to like suppress this thing. I tried to like ignore the fact that I was also getting bullied by my teachers. But it was the whole thing out of this thing was I voiced out, like I tried to help a friend and I tried to help myself, and till date I do not feel that I did anything wrong, and there was nothing wrong in that. And I still have traumatic experience. I still have the trauma regarding that experience, and I can really genuinely feel bad for those people who are not getting bullied by students but getting bullied by teachers. Just like, how the hell are you bullying someone who is half your age, bro? Like, have some common sense. And I'm not telling it to every teacher, I'm just telling it to the teachers who actually bully kids. And it's actually very bad to bully kids. I was genuinely a 10th grader who was like 14 years old. Bro, why are you doing this shit to a 14-year-old? Like, kya maza aaya karke? So that's it for today's video. And like, content may shift aayega, and I don't know that if I'll keep on making this video, because मेरे को मजा नहीं आया इस गेम में. I'm just crying out of the shit. So let's meet you in the next video, and तक के लिए bye. And I genuinely hope कि आप लोगों को ये video पसंद आया होगा, because I shared my traumatic experience, which is quite new for me, because I do not share my trauma in YouTube or any public place. Is it a public place? Yes, it is a social media platform, so it is apparently a public place. So let's meet you in the next video, and I'm thinking to like upload videos like हफ्ते में 2 या 3 बार with a good editing thing, so that like I can genuinely put out some time on videos and just not make ऐसे कुछ भी. So let's meet you in the next video, which is going to be out very soon. तब तक के लिए bye, and do subscribe my YouTube channel if you like my content. And genuinely, there are like good content which is coming up, and I do not think कि मैं purple place खेलूंगा और मैं कुछ भी खेलूंगा, because I have to start preparing for CA foundation, which is on September, and like even my college examination, which is not my college examination, and I'm not giving CUET. Like I found it like a distraction for my CA foundation, so I'm like thinking to like stay in Kolkata in a good college if I get admission into good college, and I generally feel like I will get good marks. मतलब इतना तो आ ही जाएगा कि I get good admission in any good college. So like I just hope आ जाए भाई. I just hope आ जाए. So let's meet you in the next video. तब तक के लिए bye. Not so good.